It's lavender season and I'm just picking these. I'll eventually pick them all, but what you do is you just tie them up and hang them upside down. I'll be hanging them indoors to dry, and they'll dry very quickly in a couple of days or so, and then we will use them. We're going to pick some of this and we're going to dry it. It's rosemary because we want to make a flavoured vinegar and a flavoured salt. There. So we're going to go and hang this up to dry. Fresh rosemary. I've filled this with a large amount of rosemary, but no stalks, and this is a little jar, and the idea is that we use a vinegar, and in fact I'm going to use the leftover of this one, but this is a typical vinegar. It's a wine vinegar. It's a pretty colour. There's nothing stopping you using a red wine vinegar, but I just think they look prettier. And I know that this takes about 180, so I'm going to put 200 mils in here. I'm going to measure it into here, and then I'm going to heat it in the microwave, but we don't want it to boil because that will spoil the flavour of the vinegar, but we need it to come up pretty high. And we are then going to leave it to steep, just rather like making a tea. Then I'll use a little strainer and we will strain it into here and then pour it into here. And then you've got it for your salads, you've got it for making anything that you use a flavoured vinegar for. And this is ideal at this time of year. But then I shall also be making one with lavender. So you can see when you mix the two oils, and you can do all sorts of things. You can do it with anything you like from the garden. I just happen to have a large amount of this. And it's really, really good flavour. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is get my 200 I've put 200 mils in here. This little bottle will take 180, but that allows for a bit of evaporation, some sort of sticking to the leaves, and also a little bit for the dregs at the bottom because it won't be completely clean when it comes out. I'm going to cover it with one of these because it's simple, and put it on to heat up. I'm going to try it for about 230, but you would know your particular microwave. We don't want it to boil, but we want it to come almost to boiling point. This is 10 seconds less than the timing that, and I've kept my eye on it, and as you can see, it's very, very hot, but it isn't boiling, and that's really what you're aiming for. Okay, now I'm going to leave that to cool. Okay, well, it's been about an hour and a half. It's cooled right down, and we're going to strain it into here. But I'm not taking the very end piece because I want to try and keep it clear. Right, now it's a pretty good smell, isn't it? There you are. And I'm going to do exactly the same with the last. That's rather nice, isn't it? And then I've got this piece here. I'm just going to empty this out and start again. Put that in like we did before. And I'm going to put this in here and put it on. That's a nice little bottle of vinegar, isn't it? I should put it with my collection. And in fact, what's nice about the rosemary one is we can use that and make it at any time of the year. The one that's dependent on flowers we can't. But I could try making it out of the leaves, but it won't have the same wonderful aroma. But the rosemary vinegar, what a wonderful thing to do. That's perfect. If you can just have a look. That's this one. It's not bubbling, and you can see it's already changing colour. So we'll leave that to just cool down and come back in about an hour and a half, which time it's really had chance to steep and infuse. This, as you can see, has cooled and it's turned into the most wonderful colour. Can you see? And again, I'm just going to put it straight into these bottles, and they're labelled because otherwise I'll forget. But you can smell how wonderful that is. And there they are.